The blue skies sit over Kentucky Speedway, where tonight the stars of the Sofa Racing League, and maybe Jamie Wright and others, will do battle here tonight. Gotta get rid on Jamie here tonight. Joining us tonight here in the Sofa Racing League, it is time for the Kentucky Lost by 6-7 225 here at Kentucky Speedway. Welcome to the broadcast booth tonight. Dawson Allen on the call. Should have maybe Ryan Bogey joining us later tonight as we get ready to proceed into the race tonight. So as we get ready to go racing here at Kentucky tonight, race number 4 of the season. Of course, last week we're racing at Rockingham. It was a really hectic race, to say the least, and a lot of guys kind of left unhappy, but at the end of the day, we got a race finish, we got a race winner, and now we move on to this week here at my home track, as well as Sean Walton's home track as well, Kentucky Speedway. Looking forward to how this race runs here tonight. Of course, got to make some stabs at Sean Walton. Of course, Sean Walton is a Kentucky Wildcats fan. So is Ryan Bogey. A couple of drivers I think in this league are also Kentucky Wildcat fans, and me myself, I am a Louisville Cardinal fan. And if this past Tuesday night, the Louisville Cardinals defeated the Kentucky Wildcats in basketball. So just a quick cue up to this. That goes out to all of those Kentucky fans that race in this league. I hope you see this. I hope you watch the broadcast back and see it, especially Sean Walton. I hope he gets to see this back. I know he's going to love to see this on the broadcast. He absolutely loves the Louisville Cardinals. So, as we get ready to go in practice, about wrapping up, 1:52 left to go. We're watching Harry Limark right now. He is the fastest on track right now in the 43 machine. Then after that, Andrew Lotes is your second fastest. Randy Payne making his debut tonight, our BRN commentator on Tuesday nights. He's racing tonight here, third fastest. I think Smallwood, Colin Bollinger are your top 5 as we get ready to go racing. I see Sean Walton has made notice of what was going on with this broadcast, so he has said some things, all in fun. I think I mentioned the same thing to him. I don't want to see that team in March. I do not want to play Kentucky in March. And he is here in the comments now, so he has seen it, and that's okay. He can see it. I hope he enjoys it. Hey, last time we did anything, the last time we had college theme schemes here in the Sofa Racing League, I took the paint scheme of Sean Walton and I changed it to a U of L truck, and that was back when we were running the trucks. I changed his paint scheme to show as a U of L truck on the broadcast. So I didn't do that this time. I want to see, where is that man on the racetrack right now? We'll cut to him just so he can get some camera time, because I'm making fun of him. There's that number 67 Beatbox Beverages Toyota Camry. He better pray I don't get a top 3. I hope he gets top 3. I hope you get a top 3. I really want to talk to you tonight. Sean, right now 8th fastest in the number 67 machine. Looking to see if he can't put it top 3 tonight in this race. We'll see what he can do, how he can do. As practice is going to wind down, right ahead into qualifying. Just about 6 seconds left here. Of course, mentioned last week, great race. Colin Bollinger picked up his 3rd win in the last, I think, 5 starts he made. It's his 2nd win this season. He's looking for his 3rd tonight, if he's running tonight. I believe he is right now. Yeah, 5th fastest for the 2-time winner this season, and should be the current points leader of this league. But Harry Limark, our season 8 champion. He's currently fastest here in practice. Get ready to head into qualifying. And we'll see how the field can do qualifying for this race. Let's see. Actually, going to get black flag, so we will go to Harry Limark as we follow him coming out of the pit lane. Fastest in practice. Can he go fastest in qualifying as well? So as he makes his way out on the racetrack, sliding a little bit there on the apron. Let's see if he can get back up to speed and going to the right. He is now rolling, and he'll go to the top side. And with Kentucky Speedway, you see that really wide turns 3 and 4. It's very, very wide. And that's what you're going to see these drivers kind of doing here for qualifying, is really getting way up there. And then once that qualifying lap starts, they really get down there on the bottom lane. You're going to see him on the fast lap, which will be the 2nd lap more than likely. He's going to be all the way down on the apron. And so we'll see how that works out for the speed. He's going to catch the wall here on his first lap. As they're making their way around through 3 and 4 right now. Right now, at 43, not going to set a time. Colton Ward right now fastest. Jamie Wright second. Corbin Hines, Hunter Manley, Andrew Lotes setting lap times now. It looks like this is only the second ever race here at this racetrack. The first one coming all the way back April 14th of 2022. We only had 12 starters in this race in season number 1 for the Sofa Racing League here on iRacing. Mark Phillips was the winner of that race. Dylan Hervatin second. Tim Miller was third. Colton Ward fourth. And Tim Clayton was fifth. Other names I see, the rest of the field, a lot of these guys we see here that still race. Tim Lynn, Ben Lindley, Matt Bramble, Tim Smart. They all race here. So they all showed up for that first race at Kentucky Speedway all the way back in 2022. Also in the Next Gens for the first and only time we've been here so far. As this league has run. So I think Harry got incidents on both of his laps. He's not going to get a chance at the pole position, but that's okay for him. We'll go back to Braden Avila in the 25, making his way out onto the racetrack right now. A lot of guys have set lap times. Colin Bollinger is on a roll this season. He's looking to continue that. Right now, he is your pole sitter over Colton Ward. Sean Walton, third fastest. Jamie Wright, fourth fastest. David Traylor is fifth fastest as we continue on here. He'll start his first lap. See a little slide there through 1 and 2. Just a little uneven as he makes his way around the track. We got some more drivers getting up top 5. Now Jeffrey Armistead goes 4th fastest. Randy Payne 5th fastest. We're looking for his debut to start on the right foot tonight. Avila, that lap is going to be a 30.514. First lap going to go 12th fastest. Second lap, though, that's where he wants the speed. He's going to push it down all the way to that yellow line on the apron with a minute 25 to go in qualifying. As it looks like Isaac Smallwood went to the pole position. 30.306 for the 19 machine. Simon Limerick, I believe, getting ready to start qualifying as well. We'll see what Avila can do coming off of turn number 4. Way up to the wall, all the way back down to the very bottom, all the way to the apron pretty much. It's going to be a 30.408. That's going to bump him up to 6th fastest in the 25 machine. And just one car left qualifying. We'll go back to him. It is the 51. This is Simon Lindmark making his way around the racetrack right now. As he makes his way around the racetrack. He'll hit the stripe this time by. We'll see if Simon Lindmark can maybe try to take the pole position from Isaac Smallwood. Smallwood, defending champion, 3-time champion. Lindmark, though, looking to knock him off the pole position. Usually you see him at the back of the field for starting these races. He goes 30.377. It should be good for third. No, 5th fastest in the 51 machine. He bumps Armistead out of the top 5. Likely not going to get a better lap time than that, so he'll pull it off and he'll slow her down. So that'll do it for us here in qualifying. And we got a starting grid to look at, but real quick, a word from somebody out there wanting to say some words here. Sean Walton, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
The floor is yours. Really quickly, what do you got to say?
Louisville sucks. That was a fluke game. Go Big Blue. That's about it.
All right, that's Sean Walton. We'll see if we talk to him later. I hope we can talk to you later, though, even though those words you said were very disgusting. So he'll leave here. So. I got to talk smack. I don't get a chance to talk smack often, so I'm going to take my chance to talk smack here tonight. So it is what it is. So we'll take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's race here at Kentucky We'll start things off with our top 10, of course. It is a pole position once again for Isaac Smallwood. He's got the two-time winner this season, Colin Bollinger, starting to his outside. Colton Ward and Sean Walton together in row number 2. There you see Simon Lamarck and Jeffrey Armistead back there in row number 3. Row 4 sees Braden Avila and Randy Payne making his debut tonight, along with Jamie Wright back there in 9th place, making his debut here in the Sofa Racing Leagues at David Traylor to round out the top 10. 11th place start for Corbin Hines tonight with Andrew Loads back there in 12th. It's Enrique Kukel, another BRN colleague, with the 44 of Dylan Tibbetts to his outside. Tim Smart and Matt Morrison together in row number 8. Row 9 sees the 75 of Frank Sims and Hunter Manley outside of him. And running out the top 20, it's Daniel Smith and Daniel Ray for a row of Daniels to finish out that top 20. You got Shane Haar and Tim Miller together in row number 11. Row 12 is Greg Whitehead and Tyler Watermolen somehow showing up again. Mike Ward and Mark Szymanski are back together in row 13. Row 14 didn't qualify. It was Harry Lindmark, Aaron Stanton, and then Stephen Thornton to round out your field. 29 drivers ready to go racing here at the greatest racetrack on earth, Kentucky Speedway. Of course, very much embellishing. This is my home track. I'm going to upsell it like it is the best thing ever. That is a Tinder scheme. It's on Isaac Smallwood's car. They make their way on to this racing service. Of course, in real life, this track no longer active, at least for now. Last race ran back in 2020 during the COVID seasons of NASCAR. Cole Custer was the Cup Series winner, the last driver to win the Cup Series here. The last driver to win here, period, however, was Austin Cindric in the Xfinity Series. That race ran the day after the Cup race. They were doing the doubleheaders for Xfinity. They had a doubleheader at Kentucky Speedway. Cindric would sweep both of those races and win the last ever race at this racetrack. It was also the race, I think it was, I want to say Noah Gragson got into a fight with someone, which is typical. Noah Gragson did it a lot in Xfinity Series, but there was a fight. Oh, Harrison Burton got in a fight with somebody. That's right, Harrison Burton got his teeth punched in a little bit there. So we got 150 laps of action for you here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. It is getting ready to go down. The pace truck gonna take another pace lap though. We have got some exciting racing lined up ready for you here tonight. Of course, with the Sofa Racing League, stages are in play. And by stages, I say stage. We have a stage break at lap number 39. A very interesting split there in the lap times and everything. So as we get ready to go back racing here at this Bluegrass State facility, looking forward to seeing this race. I think the Next Gens in Kentucky is a very great combo on iRacing. I think it's very fun, and it's very challenging for these drivers to navigate this racetrack. Of course, mentioned the different type of corners. Turns 1 and 2 really tight. You see how the field kind of packed up together. You see it's kind of banked up really good. You're going to want to be down on the bottom. Then when you get to 3 and 4, it is wide. It is wide. A lot of different lines you can run in turns 3 and 4, but there's only one line that's going to get you there fast. And so you really have to hit that mark perfectly if you want to turn a good lap here at Kentucky Speedway. So we'll see if the drivers are able to navigate this track here tonight. We're about an hour from Louisville, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half from Cincinnati, and the same distance to Lexington. That's where this track lays in a triangulation point of 3 major cities. That's why it's all the way out in Sparta, Kentucky. And I'll find some more Kentucky fun facts for you as this race goes on. Don't you worry. Ace Clark, though, he's going to dive off. He's heard enough, at least for now. We're getting ready to go racing in the Bluegrass State once again, as it is Smallwood and Bollinger leading us to green here in race number 4 of the season. The green flag is going to fly. We're racing here in Kentucky. I don't know if you all saw that there in that wide shot in turns 3 and 4. Matt Morrison was sideways and somehow, some way, got himself gathered up and pointed in the right direction. So, quick point out to that. He was a great save from the 6th. We're trying to see if we can get back to it at some point. But up front, battle for the lead has happened. Colin Bollinger has taken it and is taken off from Isaac Smallwood. Colton Ward takes 3rd. Walton hangs on in 4th. Lindmark is right there in 5th. As more drivers kind of sorting things out, trying to find track position where they can get it early here. As you're tied up tight together, once the run gets a little longer, it's a little bit harder to pass, and you're going to see a lot more struggle as the tires wear in. Field heading in the backstretch side by side up ahead for 3rd place. Sean Walton on the outside. Colton Ward is on the inside. The 67 machine going to move ahead and take over position number 3. Jeffrey Armistead following in his tire tracks on the outside of Colton Ward. That will happen for 4th place. Back behind them, Braden Villa trying to make some moves to have on the outside as well. Enrique Kukulon as well doing so. Gets the outside wall just a little bit. And the thing is about this track, you're going to see maybe the outside lane benefits in the short run. You're going to have these guys get the run on the outside lane, pass guys, clear guys, and have no problem. But once those tires start to wear down and you start to turn more laps and you get some tire wear going, it's going to be a struggle for these guys that are working the outside lane later on in the run. If they don't get that balance or they don't save their stuff. And we'll see that maybe play out tonight. But Jeffrey Armistead going to jump to 3rd. He'll quickly dive down to the bottom lane and settle in on 3rd place in the inside. Maybe actually kind of a little higher. Maybe try to track down Isaac Smallwood in that 19 machine. Who's kind of hanging back, not really pushing too hard right now, which isn't shocking. See back behind Braden Village on the outside of Sean Walton. This is for 4th place. Just behind them, Colton Ward is fending off of Ricky Hugelon's only picked up 6 spots and the drop of the green flag. Ward forward, kind of boxed in now. Trying to make it work. And Sevilla up ahead, making it work around Sean Walton. On the front of the top side, inside of him is Jamie Wright in the 38 machine. Shows him the 89 on the racetrack though. Get that fixed, but Jamie Wright making his debut, as is BRN colleague Randy Payne right there in the number 83 machine. Randy out here running tonight, the vitamin water Toyota Camry. Looking forward to seeing how he can do here on Thursday nights. He gets past Simon Lindmark, who's been working his way, falling back, I should say, saving his tires. Very much a tire saver. Simon likes to not push too hard early on. He'll kind of lay back, let everybody else kind of go by him, let everybody fly by him, and then he'll put it on them. When he gets to about 20 laps in, then he really starts to fly back through this field and cut and carve his way to the front. That's what he's looking to do maybe again tonight. Right now, he's running in 10th, kind of holding strong, but up front, up to 5th place, here comes Enrique Kukulon, the 22 machine. He takes 5th. Jamie Wright working on Braden Avila now for 6th. See Randy sending in there to turn 1 on the outside of Colton Ward, trying to make it stick if he can. We're going to drift up a little bit. Oh, they're going to keep it off each other. Payne working the top side, trying to clear. He does clear, but trying to cut back down in front of the 18. Gets the inside of Avila there into turn 3. Could not get there. He ends up just sitting back in place right behind that number 25 in 8th place as they run right now. But the battle for the lead is heating up. Jeffrey Armistead has gotten by Isaac Smallwood and is now in pursuit of Colin Bollinger. Talk about a heck of a turnaround for a driver. That's Colin Bollinger and what he's had so far this season. Already 2 wins to his name in season number 10. And that was after picking up only his 2nd career win last season in the second to last race of the season at Rockingham. And now he finds himself leading and possibly trying to go for his 3rd win in the first 4 races of season 10. It's definitely been a great run in the past few race starts we've had for this 53 machine, stretching back to last season. Starting to pull away a little bit from Armistead. He's not getting caught by Isaac Smallwood. He's starting to run the fastest lap times of the race. A 30.9 last time by for the 19 machine compared to 31.02 to 31.1 for Armistead. For Bollinger and Armistead, I should say. You're going to start seeing that tire wear start to play backwards. Still working the outside lane. Really doing a nice job in this 22. Up now from 13th starting spot. Now battling for 4th place with Sean Walton now to his inside. Jamie Wright as well doing a great job. He's moved up a little bit from the start of this race as well. Same with Randy Payne. He's kind of actually Randy Payne settled back into 8th place right now. Colton Ward's dropping back here in the number 18 machine. Still side by side is Kukulon and Walton. Navigate turns 1 and 2. It's going to be Kukulon who takes advantage and clears Walton for that 4th spot. First looking at the field right now, Bollinger, Armstead, Smallwood, Kukulon, Walton, top 5. Just really like looking through this field. There's really only 2, maybe 3 numbers running tonight that have previously won this racetrack in the Cup Series cars. The number 1, of course, Kurt Busch in 2019. Tim Smart driving that machine, currently scored 14th place. You had the 18, Kyle Busch, multiple wins at this racetrack. He's back there with Colt Ward in 9th place. And then you had somebody else that Ward just tonight. Guess I'm reading numbers wrong. I think it's just those 2. The 1 and 18. Kendrick won it. Kozlowski won it. 2-car. Martin Truex Jr. in the 78. Those numbers aren't entered tonight. So, back in front though, battle for the lead is back underway. Armistead has reeled back in this 53 of Colin Bollinger, and Smallwood staying with him. It's a top 3 breakaway for the front spot. Armistead doing a fantastic job right now of staying up there, staying close with Bollinger. And you see he's going way wide here through 3 and 4. What kind of run can he get down the front stretch? Can he generate enough to try to reel in this 53 and go for the race lead? He's running faster laps. Last time by, though, it was Bollinger faster, but Armistead has got the run into turn 1. And you see where the difference is there. Turn 1, faster is the 53. And then the 14 makes it all back up in 3 and 4. By Bollinger able to stay ahead and stay faster than all but Smallwood. Smallwood fastest car on track last time by, only driver in the 30s for a lap time of 30.999, right on the edge of it. Further back, Kukulon holding on to 4th. Walton is in 5th, side by side. Brayden Hill and Jamie Wright go for 6th place. Now Wright getting another flyer from teammate Randy Payne, who looks to go to 7th place in that number 83 machine. Starting to spread itself out. Kukulon had a bobble there on the exit of turn 2. I think those older tires from wearing them out from running as hard as he has is going to start wearing on this 22 machine. Now Walton lurking in the background and further ahead as well. You can see the gap opening back up for the lead. Armistead now back 4/10 of a second as compared to being right there within a 10th. Armistead in second. You've got Smallwood putting pressure on him for that position for runner-up. Kukulon kind of closing in here. That number 22 machine, fastest on track last time. He broke the 30-second mark, 30.999 that time by. Kukulon's getting some second life with these tires. As he's trying to chase down Armistead and Smallwood and try to pull away from Sean Walton. Still so early in this race. Only lap 21 of 150. Still a long way for this race to be over. What I'm seeing, I'm interested in seeing right now. There's some interesting stuff going on in the way things are going. Field heads back down into turn number 3. Almost reeling back in, going to that time by. It's almost accordion-like. Closing back in, these top 3 get closer and closer together, and then just like that, they get close together and they start spreading apart more and more and not really being on top of each other. It's kind of what's been happening so far tonight. The best way to describe it. Armstead would close back in again like he's doing right now within 3/10, and then he'll drop some time. And just like that, back 4/10. Maybe caught the wall there, Smallwood did, in that number 19 machine. You see back there as well, the battle heating up for 4th place. Kukulon still hanging on strong. Here comes Sean Walton, the 67 machine to the outside lane. Braden Avila right there in the background as well, looking for a 5th place spot, which could be on the line and up for grabs. Still got about 15 laps to go in the stage. So it's not really, no one's out of the woodworks yet. There's still a lot of action to go in just 15 laps before we get to the checkered flag. The green-white checkered flag, I should say, for the stage. Bollinger, he has been up front. He took the lead on the start of the race from Isaac Smallwood, starting from outside pole, and is on his way trying to win a stage here at Kentucky Speedway. Battle is on for 2nd, and again, 4th place as well, under fire. Smallwood really putting pressure on Armistead. I mentioned Walton and Avila right there on the back bumper of Enrique Kukulon. But a good run right now for both the 22 and the 14 as they are holding top 5 spots. Still very early, though. Don't want to jinx it. Avila. Outside of Sean Walton, that's for 5th place. Walton will slot back in behind the 25, and now he sets his sights quickly, cutting the inside of Enrique Kukulon. 22 leaves the door open. Here comes Avila sliding up the racetrack. Gonna have to keep it off of him, get out of it, and now Walton's gonna go 3 wide. Kukulon holds the lead of this 3-car battle. Walton is inside of Avila. Side by side they go into turn number 1. Avila trying to wrap the high side and trying to rip it a little bit higher lane, see if he can't get the run off the corner. He's going to try to make this work. You see Walton going to go to the inside. Are we going to have actual 3-wide racing? It looks like we are. Wright going to block Randy Payne as they split Kukulon. Now it's a battle between Walton and Avila for 4th. Walton almost ran the 25 up into the wall. Avila cuts him some slack, but he keeps up position. He keeps 4th. Up ahead, though, Smallwood shoots it in turns 1 and 2. He takes 2nd place away from Jeffrey Armistead, who's going to send it back down the backstretch. Maybe cut back inside of that number 19 machine. No, he'll stay top side. He'll go in the outside lane. Smallwood takes 2nd. Still battling for 4th, though. Walton and Avila side by side. gaps equaled out. First, second, and third about 4/10 each. As Walton sends it, it gets by. Avila for fourth. Avila trying to fire back here. Is Kukulon trying to hang on for what he's got in sixth place. Coming to the end of this stage. He's got Randy Payne on his back bumper. Jamie Wright, Simon Lillard not far behind. Payne gets by Kukulon, that's for sixth place. Still a line of drivers behind that are ready to take advantage, including now back in the top 10. Andrew Lotes in the 31 machine. Not really been a poster day for that 31. You see Limar catching the wall up ahead, getting by Jamie Wright for 8th place. And we're now trying to cut grass inside now to get by Kukulon as he goes to the inside lane. See Lotes cutting the inside as well as Jamie Wright. Gonna try to go with the 31 machine. Chasing it up the racetrack. Keeps it off that number 89. Should be the 38 of Jamie Wright. Simon Lillard again up to 7th place. And really starting to see the field split itself apart now. Not really keeping everything all tight together. This is the closest battle we have. This is for 7th place back to 10th place. Maybe 11th now with David Traylor reeling in. Corbin Hines and Shane Haar not far behind as well to capitalize on any mistake any of these drivers makes. As Lotes now once again going to the inside lane. Kukulon running a bit higher, so Wright might be shoving in the middle here in that number 89 machine. Wide just about there down the front stretch, and look at David Traylor trying to find a way through this mess as well. Wright getting ahead of Kukulon. There's Lotes right there on the bottom lane trying to see if he can make something work. In the 31, almost contact there between Wright and Kukulon up the racetrack. And now everybody's scattering, trying to make moves. Kukulon dropping back because of that incident. Traylor now up to 9th. It's contact with Kukulon and Wright. Kukulon backs out of it. He drops all the way back now to 11th and continues to fall back. Worn out tires, not benefiting him at all. I mean, 4/10 slower that last time by than everybody else around him. They'll just continue to drop because of it. Now he's got the 91 to Corbin Hines who's inside. He catches the wall. Shane Haar going to have to make a choice to go and find a way around him if he can. Heading into turns 3 and 4. As Lotes now still trying to get by Jamie Wright. About 3 laps to go here in this stage. Battle for the lead, not really. It's kind of closing up a little bit. Smallwood's been gaining, but it might be too little too late. 3/10 of a second with what could be 2 to go here in the stage. You have to make some big swings. Caught the wall that time. He's going to send it into turn 1 there on the inside lane. Really aggressive entry for the 19, and he pulls in close, and he's making it stick off the corner. Smallwood cuts it back down to the bottom lane. Going to send it into turns 3 and 4. Maybe no. Backs out of it, thinks better. But he's right there with Bollinger. Bollinger going to have to fight for all he's got to win this stage. And Smallwood maybe making practice runs for what could be an end-of-race situation. Last lap of the stage. Smallwood again going to send it in through 1 and 2. He holds it really good there on the bottom lane. Can he make it stick off the corner in the wake of the 53? It looks like he does. He gets it running down the backstretch. Still right there within reach. He can see about trying to go for this stage win. Bollinger going to defend. He's going to go low. Smallwood trying a higher line. Look at the run he's going to get here off the corner. Can he get there? Not going to get there. Good effort. Smallwood going to cut the inside, but it's not going to be enough of the line. It's still Bollinger who's going to be your stage winner. Just barely. As the caution will fly. We'll jump back and I'll show you just how close this was coming to the start-finish line. I didn't think Small was going to have a chance, but that run coming on the on that exit of the corner was so close. just not enough. So it's going to be Colin Bollinger who takes the stage win. As Smallwood got ahead of the 53, so scoring will be messed up. But you can see where it shows the... Well, not anymore, but it was Bollinger over Smallwood. There you see Randy Payne. I think Simon Lark was 7th. Indeed he was. Andrew Lotes was 8th. Jamie Wright 9th. David Traylor got the final stage paying position. But Bollinger was your stage winner. And the miracle run continuing here for the driver of the 53 machine, continuing on a high of highs as he goes on. It was all, and I mean all, gonna come down pit road, led by Colin Bollinger. You see the race off pit road. Smallwood going to win with that first pit stall. He'll get the race off pit road. Bollinger, a bit of a struggle coming off pit lane. Looks like it's going to be Armistead 3rd, Walton 4th. And Braden Avila rolls off in 5th. Number 1 pit stall works out for Smallwood to get the race off pit road. As the field makes their way back around, they'll catch the pace truck. And some more cars coming down pit road, maybe to top off on fuel. Colin Bollinger coming down, as is Daniel Smith in the 21 machine. Maybe thinking a strategy play. Some drivers coming down, topping off on fuel under this caution. Interesting calls. Like Bollinger makes there, Smith makes it as well. Stephen Thornton came down pit road as well, once again. See what happens. It shuffles it around. Smallwood is your leader. Armistead now 2nd. Sean Walton is 3rd. Braden Avila is 4th. Simon Lemark now slots into the 5th place position. How it all plays out now, though, with Bollinger being shuffled back to 26th place, all the way at the tail of this field. Patrick so far has had light duty. It's the first time he had to come out on the racetrack, and it was for the stage. See if that's going to be his last trip out on the racetrack. The field is going to be heading to that start-finish line through the Geico restart zone, where Isaac Smallwood will hit the gas pedal and put us back to racing here. Rolling to it, green flag flies, and we're back underway here at Kentucky. Side by side there for 3rd. Here's Lindmark on the inside of Armistead. The outside lane did not get a good launch. Armistead catching the outside wall. Puff of smoke. Almost like somebody blowing up. That was weird. Everybody maintains for now. We're going to be 3 wide for a second. Randy Payne peeking the outside of Simon Lindmark. Andrew Lotes on the inside. Going to be tight off the corner. They keep it together. Lindmark cuts down to the apron to hold on to fourth as Armistead now working on the 67 of Sean Walton, that being for second. Smallwood ahead of the field. Lindmark now cutting to the inside, trying to go. Oh, there goes Randy Payne! Payne and Lotes make contact. Kukulon gets tagged. And Harry Lindmark, I think, gets a piece of it as well. Just a misjudge on the inside. As Brady Villa blinked out. That might have been where the puff of smoke came from. But Randy Payne has damage. Take a look at your BRN replay and show you what happened. Somebody just trying to cut to the inside of that 83. You'll see it here. Coming on the backstretch. I think it was Lotes trying to force in the middle. Just contact made. I don't know if Lotes maybe thought he would go a little higher. But Kukulon and Lindmark involved in that as well. Just a weird accident there, to say the least. You'll see it kind of as they enter turn 3. I think maybe Lotes is thinking that Payne will go a little bit higher. He's got cuts up. And the way it looks like he takes him out on purpose, but I know for a fact it's not what Lotes is trying to do. 131. Right there, you see it. He's trying to miss the 51, and in doing so, he ends up tagging the 83. Watch the back if you want to see it happen. Unfortunately for BRN's own Randy Payne, though. Having a really good run tonight. Got into the top 10. Running there all night so far, just about. Taken out in a goofy accident. Putting behind the 8 ball now. He's back on track, but he is damaged. Or he's on pit lane actually getting repaired. He will be back on the track. He'll just be damaged, if not fully repaired. Phil Pace is here coming up on the 3rd of the way mark in this race. Tyson Smallwood, Jeffrey Armistead, Jimmy Wright, David Traylor, and Shane Haar are your top 5 as they run right now. So as we're doubled up, getting ready to go back racing here. Smallwood, Armistead, Wright, Traylor, and Haar, the top 5. Lindmark is in 6th. As the top 13 drivers stay out, Sean Walton is first off of pit lane in the 67 machine in 14th place. Simon Lindmark, then Corbin Hines, Aaron Stanton are the ones that rolled off of pit lane. So split decisions once again from the field on when to pit. And, you know, more drivers have topped off there. Well, it's going to be an interesting field as they run. Right now, see a lot of those cars coming off pit lane that hit that time on the wood of the green. Figured to go down one last time, make a pit stop, and top off on some more fuel for this race. Maybe trying to get it to a 1 stop. I don't know if they can make it 1 stop. It seems like it could be possible, or at the very least close enough. to where they can almost make it one stop. We'll see how they land with the strategy calls. But right now, Isaac Smallwood is not worried about strategy. He's worried about leading this field here at Kentucky. Jeffrey Armistead on his outside, trying to get a better launch for this restart. Smallwood is going to mash that gas and get us back to racing. Green flag back in the air here at Kentucky. Smallwood a really good launch. Jamie right now up to second places. Armistead holds on to third. Har is inside a trailer for fourth. We'll see how these drivers that decided to pit again decide to fare out here. Sean Walton, the first of those drivers that came down pit road. You see 75 of Frank Sims with the racetrack. Same with Mike Ward, the 84 machine. Here comes Armistead back to the outside of Jamie Wright. Heading into turn 1, 14 machine on the outside lanes. We're a third way through this race on lap number 50 of 150. Next time by 100 laps to go here at this racetrack. And now the battle's on for the race lead. Armistead now charging by Smallwood. Here comes Jamie Wright. Wright and Smallwood side by side. Wright on the outside, Smallwood inside. And Wright will take second now as David Traylor now looks to pounce on the 19 machine. Jeffrey Armistead in the 14 just set his fastest lap of the race. And not just his fastest lap, but the fastest lap altogether. It was a 30.220 for the 14 machine that last time by. A blazing fast lap for Armistead to get him the race lead. As he leads the way, Jamie Wright following in second. Smallwood back to third. Now Harry Lindmark making a fighting move here for fourth place on David Traylor on the inside lane. Back behind them is Shane Har in the 7. That is a Robbie Gordon paint scheme. If I'm not mistaken, the Polaris scheme that number 7 has donned. The scheme that Robbie would run for his own team is, oh, Harry Lindmark going to catch the wall. Traylor going to duck down to the inside to get around him and miss it. He's come through 3 and 4. About these drivers that came down to second down the pit lane, they're right now still in 13th on back. Corbin Hines currently leads this group. There's not really going to be a huge advantage. Or actually, it looks like they just took fuel. It's really not a huge advantage at all. They're just taking fuel and just topping off on fuel to get to the end of this race or get a better run. We'll see how it works, but they're back there in 13th. They're in a bit of a hornet's nest. If something happens, it could happen ahead of them and sweep them up in it. We'll see as we have actually somebody slow in the middle of the track. Sean Walton struggling in the 67 machine. Dropping further back now, 24th. Now battling for 25th. Walton has an issue. But he gets it pointed in the right direction, and he's still going strong. Up front, the battle is heated up for the lead. Here comes Jamie right now challenging Armistead for the top spot. Armistead leads the field here. White trying to challenge on the inside lane. He makes his way around ahead. And he's led every race so far this season. Armistead has. He started Vegas, started Auto Club, and he's led both races. And now leading here again tonight. Did not make the run at Rockingham last week. He's looking really good, but he's got a fierce challenge coming from Jamie Wright in that number 89 machine. Of course, those who watch or have watched BRN for a long time know Jamie Wright. Jamie Wright, of course, runs many different leagues that we have run. The Slide Job Racing League, the Zascar Cessna Cup Series. He's running the Soap Racing now for the first time tonight. He has run, I want to say he ran on our Monday night on Total Nonstop Racing. He also ran with BSR for a while. Of course, his lone win on BRN coming at Rockingham as well. That was back in Zascar in a hectic finish that saw the field wrecking ahead of him, darting through the grass to win it. But he wants to win one outright tonight He's looking pretty sporty right now in that 89 machine, but he's still chasing Armistead, who's also chasing his first win here in this league. And behind them in third is the second winningest driver all time in this league, that being Isaac Smallwood in the 19, three-time champion, knows how to get it done. He's looking to get it done again tonight. Kind of taking it easy after winning the pole. He's not really pushing too hard. He's worried about just getting up there and winning this race. Smallwood, 21 career wins, looking for his 22nd and looking to add another win this season. His first win this season, I should say, to the docket. Just kind of looking at the starts as well. I want to see if we got any milestone starts being hit tonight. We have, looks like a couple. To shout out Tim Smart making his 175th start here in the Sofa Racing League. This big battle back here, and a lot of cars duking out. Tim Smart currently running, I want to say, a little further up. He was a little further up. There he is. He's in 9th place, actually. There he is. There's the number 1 machine. Tim Smart making his 175th career start in the Sofa Racing League here tonight. Still chasing that first career victory. But he's out there running strong in number 175. Starting off, you got to be up there in these races if you want a shot to win it. So we'll see if he can do it here tonight. Running in that 1 machine in 9th place, battling with Colton Ward. Daniel Smith also making his 125th start tonight. So a big start accomplishment for him. Looking elsewise, I think it might be the last of the big milestone starts. Nobody's making the 50th start. Nobody's making the 25th start. We do have some drivers making their first start, obviously, here tonight. Mentioned Jamie Wright, Randy Payne, DRN Zone, running here in this race. So good to see them out here racing tonight. It sounds like I have somebody that just opened the door to the booth, cracked in, popping in, not sure who. It is Enrique. Hey, Enrique, what's going on?
Yeah, had a good race going there early. Got the car up to P4, then used the tires a bit too much, headed to the back, 15th. We ended stage 1, and then we got collected in that crash earlier with Loads and Randy Payne. Unfortunate situation, but hey, that's how racing goes sometimes. And oh, we're gonna have to go out of Kentucky with our 28th place finish.
We'll see, Enrique, but what was that racing like for you out there so far tonight?
Well, it was definitely fun working the outside lane throughout the early portions of the run. It felt like you were just flying through the field. That's how I got myself up to 4th. It's like qualified 13th, and you know, with these next gen cars, cleaner is such a great advantage to have. And you see it right now. Jeffrey Armistead currently leads, and how he has been able to maintain and sort of extend that gap. Now to second place, Jamie Wright.
Yeah, and he's really extending on everybody. No one's really cutting into it. Like, there's faster lap times from Harry Lindmark and Isaac Smallwood, but they're battling each other as now Lindmark goes to 3rd over the 19 machine. They're really not gaining a lot of time on Armistead to cut into that lead. He's kind of hanging tough in that race lead, leading this field. What do you think we can expect for the rest of this race?
Well, certainly one more pit stop. I mean, these drivers, they last pitted about lap 47, 48. Drivers at top, the others stayed out because they had pitted on the earlier caution for the stage. So the thing is, you're gonna have to make one more pit stop. The point is, when do you make that pit stop? Because we have seen drivers just undercut the others and gain a big gap, but we also seen the other side of things where the other drivers who pitted later, they catch up on the later half, on the back half of the run. So it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, if we stay green flag racing here at Kentucky, you know, how the tire situation will play out, and you know, who's going to come out victorious.
It's definitely worth watching, and we hope to see it play out. I'm hoping for a green run at the end, because I think this can really develop into a great finish here. We got a battle happening for 7th place. Dylan Tibbetts, Shane Haar side by side. The 7th machine going to let the 44 go. Colin Bollinger making the move on the outside of Tim Miller. Now that is for 10th place. That is Bollinger now trying to make his way back to the front. Our stage winner trying to get up there and complete this race and go for the win and just get a queen sweep there, if you will, winning the stage and winning the race, starting from 2nd place here tonight. keep our eyes peeled on that 53 machine, highest running of those that topped off on fuel. Mark holding on to third over Smallwood. Battle happening here for fifth. David Traylor, Dylan Tibbetts, and Colton Ward all right here under the blanket together, mixing it up for fifth place. Traylor has that top 5 position. Tibbetts and Ward both won it from him.
And it's happened to me twice tonight, where 2 drivers just lined up behind me. They want to get past me. They put me 3 wide, but it was some nice, clean racing here in Kentucky. 3-wide racing. It's great, always great to see when these drivers go 3 wide and they stay clean.
Yeah, when they're able to pull off a 3-wide move, it's always exciting. And it's definitely a treat to see Tibbetts sliding up in front of Colton Ward to hold off that 18 machine for 6th place and hold that position for now. Still trying to put pressure on David Traylor for position number 5. Well, Enrique, you were in the car. You were able to see the fuel mileage. What can we expect out of that fuel mileage? You know, you talked about how it was kind of, going to be interesting to see who pits when, who pits later, who pits earlier. But, I mean, estimate strategy, if you are trying a one-stopper, you're going to pit maybe about lap 100 and go for about a 50-50 split.
Yeah, it was about 50 laps of fuel run once we started the race, and of course we got that stage early, so we didn't really have the opportunity to perform a green flag pit stop, which I think we could have had the stage not happened. But the drivers that topped off during that caution, they have a pretty decent chance of just running it longer, getting fresher tires at the end, and just getting in the gas, because the drivers who pit at the end of the stage, they might be a little bit short, let's say, to the end of the race. So for Jeffrey Armistead, he currently has a big lead. Not a big lead, but a certain gap over Jamie Wright right now. Pretty big gap back to third. So it's gonna put the question into these drivers: do they try to go for that one stop, or do they just try a 2-stop race and from here on out and get those fresher tires? Because we've seen how big tires are here later in the run.
You can see 30 laps since the leaders came down. If Armistead were to try to stretch it to 50, he'd be pitting at lap number 92, which would not be a perfect split. So he'd have to run a little bit longer during one of his stints to make it to the end. If you said about 50 is about what you could run on a full green flag run, and some of these guys are going to have to make 2 stops. Others might be able to try to stretch it for 1, as we have a very tight battle happening behind Colton Ward. Tibbetts is battling with Shane Haar, and here comes Colin Bollinger in the picture too, the 53 machine, throwing his hat in the ring.
Yeah, and Colin Bollinger up in the fight early in the race, had to make an unscheduled pit stop, sent him to the back of the field. Now trying to make his way back up into the top 10, fighting for 7th now. Hey, Beth?
7th is right ahead of him with Shane Haar in that 7 machine. He can do. He's the only one that's on this fresher or more fuel strategy, I should say, is the best way to put it. He's the one that pit the latest of the field. Everybody else been out there for about 32 laps. Colin Bollinger came in with the last caution, and he took another splash of fuel, and he's been out there for 26 laps, so he can run a little bit longer. I think he's the one that's going to be closest to that true 50-50 split of this for a one-stopper. The rest of the field might be considering a second stop, but you can see the lead has grown again. Right now, back almost a second on race leader Jeffrey Armistead, and Isaac Smallwood, again, starting to reel back in Harry Limerick for third.
Battle for 5th on track now. Bollinger to the outside of Traylor. Gonna make quick work of this 54 car. As I just heard a crunch. Not really sure what happened.
I don't see anybody with any damage anywhere or anything. Maybe it just might have been...
Oh, yeah, it was me that blew up.
Oh.
The engine finally expired on my 22 car, but we've got a battle for third brewing up. Smallwood has been closing that gap.
Really reeling in that 43 machine and trying to find a way around him. We go to the outside lane.
Smallwood knows that Bollinger is coming. That he has those fresher tires, so he's got to make quick work here of the 43. Otherwise, he might see himself in a losing position. Bollinger that time by a tenth and a half faster than Smallwood.
Bollinger's really reeling in that number 19 machine now, and he's trying to find a way they can get by the 43 quickly and at least put him in the middle of that and say, here, you try to fend off that 53 who is coming quick through this field. And I don't know if it's really the fresher tires. I don't know if he took tires under that other stop, under the last caution. If he did, it's making a difference for sure, but I mean, it seemed like he only came down and topped off on fuel again, just to make sure he had a better splash of fuel and some more fuel to make it to the end of this race. Could have been saving tires again to the field before making this push forward, but it's kind of just going to be up in the air what he decides, what he's done, what he decides to do here. But Smallwood going to get by Lindmark. This is for third. About 3 seconds back, 3.5 seconds back at the race leaders. Bollinger going way up to the wall. I don't think I've ever seen anybody try to rip the Larson line at Kentucky through 1 and 2, but Bollinger's trying it. We'll see what kind of success, but he's trying to keep it close with those three. These two right ahead of him. Third place, like Smallwood. Second place, Harry Lindmark. He's trying to reel those two in. While he does all that, Jeffrey Armistead is enjoying a comfortable 1.7 second race lead here at Kentucky Speedway. His best drive so far in his Silver Racing League careers are right when he caught the wall in the exit of turn 2. He lost a lot of time there, 2/10 almost for the 89 machine. Not sure if he's intentionally tanking though too, because he's got a pretty good gap over Smallwood, Lindmark, and Bollinger. He could maybe just be saving fuel, letting off a little bit, maybe just trying to stretch a little bit further at the end of this run.
Yeah, you talked about the Larson line for Bollinger a few laps ago, and Smallwood tried it the last time by. It didn't really work. He had to move back down to the middle lane. But Bollinger still making quick work of that outside lane, trying to get now by the 43 of Harry Lindmark.
If you see what he's doing, he's taking it to where he enters really high and then just cuts it as low as he can on exit to get that run off. It's working through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, not so much, but in 1 and 2, you'll see the difference here when racing Harry Lindmark if he decides to do it again. Which he's going to do it again. He'll generate a massive run on the backstretch. Off the wall there that last time by, couldn't really benefit from it. Smallwood not really able to pull away from that 43 of Harry Lindmark. You can see those runs this 53 is getting. He's getting that run on the corner exit. He's making a charge, and you'll see it right here again, trying to make this stick on the outside lane. He'll cut it back down and just mash the gas right here. Trying to get a run in the backstretch. I think now it's kind of died out. He's really not getting the run he needs to get. Able to battle with that number 43 and number 19.
That's one of the disadvantages of just running the outside lane over and over again. That's what happened to me earlier in the race. Just running the outside, it really degraded the tires. And with Bollinger just running right up against the wall in 1 and 2, there he's easy to just move back down to the middle lane. You know, the question arises, has he just not used his tire sets correctly, try to get back up to the field? Does he feel like he's in a nice position right now if we get a caution or a green flag pit cycle?
Or maybe it's the thought of, hey, this isn't reeling him in as much as I thought it was. Let's take off the wall. Let's stop doing that and try something different. I think that's what Bollinger's trying to do right now, is just try something different and see if he can't make it work. Obviously, a late run in this race. If we get a long green flag run in this race, you want to try to find anything that can work if you're behind the 8 ball. Bollinger's going to expect to be behind the 8 ball and see the 19 and the 43 smack the wall, catching Jamie Wright. Bollinger's planning for the end of this race. Same thing as Smallwood was doing at the end of the stage, planning for the end of the race. Do I have the ability to make these moves if I do this or if I do that. And we saw that Smallwood almost got there. Bollinger almost got there to the 43. It's just a game of just playing around right now, trying to find out what will work at the end of this race.
Oh, big run for Smallwood here down the backstretch. Going to get to the inside of Jamie Wright for second.
Smallwood goes low, Wright goes middle lane. But he's not going to be able to defend long. Smallwood takes second with a 3-second disadvantage to our race leader, Jeffrey Armistead, who's enjoying his best run of his career in the Sofa Racing League. His best outing before tonight was a 45-lap-led run at Michigan. That resulted in a 25th place finish, wrecking out of that one. Most laps he ever led in a race. Of course, his best career finish to this point is a 3rd place run, that coming back in Season 8 at Auto Club. He has yet to finish higher than 3rd. Could tonight be the night that changes? Only time will tell. We're only just past halfway. We still got pit stops coming up here for these drivers. You got to be mistake-free. You got to make sure you can make this car make it to the end of Smallwood, catching the wall again off the corner. And Lindmark is right there on his back bumper.
Yeah, Lindmark has found something over the past couple laps, and Bollinger has just been fading slowly.
If he's fading, he was faster last time by than everybody except for maybe Smallwood. No, he's faster than Smallwood. He was fastest car on the racetrack last time by. He'll get by Jamie Wright in the outside lane pretty quickly, and now try to chase back down Lindmark and Smallwood, who are currently 2nd and 3rd too. The driver of the number 14, Jeffrey Armistead, as he'll cross the stripe this next time by to put us with 60 laps to go. And if you grab your handy-dandy calculator, you can do some math along with me. Right now, we're looking at 60 laps to go. The driver's been out there about 49 laps. That includes some caution laps, so they're not really fully been running this whole time. They've been able to save a little bit of fuel under caution. As it stands right now, if you wanted to make this an even split, we're talking about maybe pitting, I'd say in the next about 10 or so laps is when you'll see them pit to make it, or about 5 laps to make it even to the end of this race.
Yes, we actually have Jamie Wright coming down pit road.
So yeah, there you go. This is some pit stops. But I don't think it's going to be enough to make it to the end of this race. 50 laps right now. We're talking about over 50 laps to go in this race. 58, I'd say, right now. So if you can make it 4 more laps here, you have a perfect split down the middle. I think you'd have to run 55 or 56 laps, though, if you wanted to make it to the end of this race without having a big question mark. So about maybe 3 more laps to make it a perfect split. In reality, you might have to run another 4, maybe 5 laps if you really want to make sure you make it to the end of this race. And I think Armistead knows that. He's kind of slowing back the pace a little bit. 31.3 last time by compared to when he was running 31.1s for a while. Maybe just trying to save that little bit of extra fuel here to run a little bit longer on the racetrack before he needs to make his pit stop, and trying to see if he can make it a perfect split, or at the very least he can make it to where he's going to make it on this one stop like the rest of the field is maybe going to try to do. You're going to see that definitely happen with Colin Bollinger. 45 laps since he came down pit road, he can make it on one stop. The rest of the field is going to be kind of up in the air how it all pans out. So the driver that has pit so far, Jamie Wright, is off and back out on the racetrack by himself. So far the only one down pit lane. We'll see who the next taker is as we come up on lap number 95 this next time by. Still just outside that halfway point window. I think what Armistead's going for. He's definitely saving fuel, lifting off a little bit, saving as much as he can. He's got a good gap to do so. So why not save a little bit of fuel before you make your stop when you got to make it? He can make it maybe, I think, this next time by, and it'll be the perfect opportunity to be an even split at this rate to get to the end of this race. You see Armistead is low and he's slowing. I think Armistead coming to pit lane this time. And Smallwood likely going to follow suit. No, Smallwood going to stay out for an extra lap. So we'll see if it's an overcut or undercut kind of race. As Armistead takes it in from the race lead. Just got to make a perfect stop here. And then set sights on the end of this race. We'll see what Smallwood, Lindmark, and Bollinger do. We know Bollinger's going to run longer than the rest of the field. But this is going to draw some more drivers to pit lane with the race leader coming in.
It's definitely going to draw attention. Smallwood now on the bottom. He doesn't appear to be slowing down, so he's going to keep running here. A few more laps, making lap time. Trying to see if he can get some fresher tires for the end of the run, because we saw how faster he was compared to Armistead. Armistead, though, was saving fuel.
See how long they've been out there, and I think the issue is going to be the longer you're out there for a driver right now, like Isaac Smallwood, how long he's going to end up staying out. This could not be a beneficial call if he stays out longer than he has to. You know, the longer you stay out, the less time you have to make up that ground. And also, too, the less ground you give up ground as the race leader right now, because those cars on fresher tires are going to be making runs. They're going to be running faster laps than you, and they're going to have a chance to try to run down and catch you and pass you. You really don't want to take that risk of, you know, maybe running too long and not having enough time in the back end of this race. But Armistead got out ahead of Jamie Wright. Didn't have to worry about that number 38 machine. Pitting early, obviously.
As Smallwood now coming down pit road. Oh, Harry Limbar sending in there on the entry. Oh, my God, he almost spun out.
They both seem to have it down to speed. We'll go over to the race leader, Colin Bollinger, who stays out. The big thing's going to see how they shake out compared to Armistead in the 14 car. As Smallwood is on pit lane, Armistead is coming around the racetrack. On the backstretch right now. We'll see what Smallwood gets off pit road. He has that first stall, so he has that benefit. As there's the 19 on pit road right now, getting his stop done. Armistead coming off of turn 4 now. Can he get by the 19 machine and reclaim what will be the cycle to race lead? Smallwood is off pit lane, but there's Armistead on the outside, shooting by in the 14 and taking off. You see Lindmark got out ahead of Smallwood, but they're still on the apron, still coming off pit road. We'll see how far back they are from Armistead. It's going to be about over 2.5 seconds is the gap between Armistead and Lindmark for staying out long. As now Bollinger coming to pit lane, bringing trailer and a lot of traffic with him. There's Walton. I believe that's Manley as well coming in. All following the 53 down pit road as we make our way through pit stops here. Lindmark staying out right now. That's Simon Lindmark, I should say. Corbin Hines is second. Matt Morrison third. Mark Szymanski's fourth. Andrew Lotz is fifth. Then it's Greg Whitehead, the last car, I believe, to pit. The top 6 have yet to come down pit road. I think Simon might be coming this time. No, he'll stay out an extra lap. Corbin Morrison staying out. Szymanski, though, is coming, as is Andrew Lotz in the 31. And Greg Whitehead is also slowing for pit lane as well. Armistead taking some more spots. He has still got about a 2.5 second gap over Harry Lindmark. And the thing is, the gap is not a lot. It's only 3 laps difference. Armistead pit 3 laps earlier than Lindmark in that 43 machine, so he didn't really have some big tire advantage. It's not going to be a lot for this 43 to try to catch him. It's going to really be a challenge, I think, as this run goes on. Whitehead comes to pit road this time. Pull off pit road, I should say this time. Pardon me. See, Hines and Morrison are the 2 that were coming to pit lane. Those 2 come in from 2nd and 3rd. Armistead will get by them and shuffle up to 2nd as Simon Lindmark staying out of the racetrack, trying to run as long as he can, possibly. He's on lap number 57 since he's come down pit road last. And you see how the field shakes out. Armistead is in 2nd. He is still 2 seconds ahead of Harry Lindmark and Isaac Smallwood. Smallwood trying to catch back up to the 43. Just can't quite reel him in yet. Just waiting for the 51 to come down pit road and make his pit stop. What could be the final stop of the night for the 51. He is slowing on the apron. He is pulling down the apron down to pit lane. And it'll be a lap before Armistead will take back the race lead from him as the pit cycle will come to a close. Armistead maintaining the race lead here on lap number 104. Just 47 laps to go. Make it 46, I should say, now at lap 105.
Yeah, now with less than 50 laps to go, it was pretty fun time here up here in the booth, Dawson. Of course, we got plenty of action coming up next week. Of course, Slide Job Racing League at Texas, race 4 of the Chase. And of course, Sofa Racing League returns to the Charlotte Roval on Thursday night. So it was a pretty fun night here in Kentucky. So I'll see you there in Texas.
And we'll bid you adieu, Enrique. Thank you for joining us here tonight in the booth. Wrecking out early, though, unfortunately. Finishing 28th tonight. It's Enrique Cucalan sending farewell to the driver of the 22 from the booth. Thank you, Enrique.
Thank you, Dawson.
So it's 44 laps to go. Jeffrey Armistead is your race leader by 2.2 seconds. Harry Lindmark is your second place car. Isaac Smallwood is reeling him in right now for that position. And these two, that's exactly what Armistead wants. He wants these two to start battling for this second place spot. He wants that 19 machine to fight with that number 43, because if they do that, Armistead might have a clear ticket away or a caution in this race to try and just check out and not worry about anything. Smallwood tried something different, got to the bottom lane, really shut up the racetrack there out of turns 3 and 4. So he'll have to regather and regroup and charge at him again as they make their way back into turn number 1. Smallwood is really good at driving it into turn 1. He really gets the power down in the corner. But turns 3 and 4 have really been his kryptonite, I would say. He's not been able to really get the runs he needs. He's doing a good job, but just not enough to where it can warrant a run on the 43. That's where he's kind of stuck right now in doing so. See the gap back to second place from the race leader. Harry Lindmark on the backstretch. Smallwood right behind him. Still chasing Armistead. Was a bit slower that last time by. Just about 2/10 slower than Harry Lindmark. Coming around that time. About 42 laps of racing left here at Kentucky. Smallwood still trying to reel in Harry Lindmark for second place as they both try to catch Jeffrey Armistead, the race leader, to get back to the point. For Harry Lindmark, last season was a bit of a disappointment. He came into last season as the defending champion. He was looking to see if he can make a shot at winning the title. Going back to back, didn't happen. One win on the season for the 43, coming at Daytona to close out the regular season. After that, nothing more came for the 43. He's looking to add another window to his name and looking to put himself in the picture for the championship early on in Season 10. But behind him, charging hard, this is the defending series champion, the 3-time champion of the Sofa Racing League, that being driver number 19, Isaac Smallwood. As he reels in Lindmark, they're both reeling in Armistead now as they run. Of course, the last time we ran the next-gen cars all the way back in Season 6 in the Sofa Racing League, Isaac Smallwood was your series champion in that season. Looking to see if he can do it again here in Season 10. Right now, working on what could be his first win of the season, chasing Harry Lindmark. Another slower lap for Armistead. I think what this is coming down to, Armistead having to save a little bit of extra fuel maybe, and that's what's got the field catch. That's what got Lindmark and Smallwood catching him, having to save extra gas right now. He's been out there for 16 laps is where they're at right now. For him to make it to the end of this race, it's about another 38, almost 39 laps, so it's going to be a long run to the end of this race, and that's the problem with how long Armistead had to pit, or how short he pit, is that he is going to run the risk of not making it on fuel, so a risky gamble might not pay off as Lindmark and Smallwood are able to get right back in the picture and breathe down his neck. It's Jamie Wright further back. He's all the way back in 4th place. He's got Colin Bollinger quickly approaching him. Armistead is absolutely saving fuel. He was a 31.3 to a 30.8 run by Harry Lindmark that last time by. Armistead started to pick back up the pace a little bit. But the 43 and the 19 are there. Here comes Harry Lindmark reeling in that 14 machine. Looking for his first mile-and-a-half win since season 9 when he took home since season 8, I should say, when he took home the championship. Doing everything he can to catch the 14 and looking to be the second ever winner here at Kentucky Speedway in the SoFa Racing League. You can tell Armistead really does not want to give up this race lead with 35 laps to go, but being so close on fuel, being right on the edge of the number, you don't want to run the risk of running out of fuel at the end of it and giving up what could be even a podium finish to dropping back. Bollinger making the pass on Jamie Wright for 4th. Lindmark trying the outside. Couldn't quite get there. Armistead holding strong, defending. Here comes Harry Lindmark now. The 43 breathing down the back of the 14. Armistead trying to fend him off for all he's got. And that's also going to allow the 19 of Isaac Smallwood to have a shot to catch up and battle for second. Top 3 all within a half a second for the race lead. Lindmark in second, Smallwood in third, giving chase to Jeffrey Armistead in the 14. Look at Lindmark going to the inside, trying to go for the race lead. Door gets slammed shut. He'll have to try it into turn 3. What does he do? Follows the 14 into turn 3. He'll get lower on the corner. He'll try to get the run off the exit. Washing up to the wall. Not quite yet. But he's right there. And that's Smallwood now right there as well. Smallwood going to send it into the corner. And Armstead needs that 19 desperately to get up there and battle the 43. That's what he's praying for. He just needs the 19 to catch up as well and be in the mix, because that could help him hold this race lead. Smallwood and Lindmark running higher than Armistead through the corner. Here comes a run down the front stretch from Lindmark. Can he make it happen? 31 laps to go this time. And look at Lindmark going to have a run down the backstretch. Can he get to the inside of Armistead? He does! Here comes Lindmark for the race lead. Cutting it to the apron, Armistead just has to let him go, trying to save fuel. Lindmark to the race lead. 30 to go. This helps the 14 being able to kind of just lay in the draft to somebody. It's not as strong as it is at your likes of Daytona or Talladega, but still able to kind of save fuel following in someone's tire tracks. Heading down the back. Lindmark just wants to check out. He wants to go ahead and just run away with this race win and not look back. Armistead's still dropping time, still not able to really keep up with them because of having to save fuel for the end of this race. As they continue on further back, Simon Lindmark got by Jamie Wright for 5th place. Colton Ward, David Traylor right there in the picture as well to get by the 89. Smallwood tried to get the outside of Armistead. Armistead closed the door on him. Now he'll have to cut to the inside lane. And Smallwood does not want this 14 to put up a hard fight, because if he does, he can't catch that 43. See the 19 trying to get a lane, trying to get it to work. He cannot afford this 14 to hold him up long. The longer he does, less time he's got to catch that 43 for the lead. You see pulling off on the apron. I think that might be Stephen Thornton getting out of harm's way, letting the field go. Indeed it is. Getting out of the way. Stephen Thornton, of course, another driver we see on Saturday nights. BSR at times. He's out here tonight making his debut, I believe, as well. So welcome to him here on Thursday nights. But we saw Smallwood get by Armistead for second. Now he can chase down Harry Lindmark for the top spot. See what he can do. There's Daniel Ray right there getting lapped. Smallwood getting boxed in right there behind him in a way. Now we'll send it back down to the inside and see if he can't chase down Lindmark, and that's what Armistead needs. He needs these two to go battle with each other so he can try to just stay with them as he tries to save for the end of this race. 25 to go here at Kentucky in the 6-7 225. Presented by Louisville Basketball. Sean Walton, speaking of, we're on Shane Harr for 9th place. Slide up in front of the 7. They both catch the outside wall amidst that battle. Barrel towards turn 3 together. 67 car. Sean Walton takes over 9th place. What could have been a good run for him tonight. Kind of got shuffled back because of a bad strategy call and an incident through one of the corners. Kind of choked him up. He ends up falling back and now is battling for a fringe top 10 spot. Battle is on for 4th place. Here comes Simon Lindmark battling with Colin Bollinger. And both of them make contact with the wall. Lindmark almost goes for a spin. As these two battle here for a 4th place spot. Their way through 3 and 4, battling still for 4th. Lindmark trying to get the run that he needs to get by Colin Bollinger, who we thought could have been contending for the 3rd win of the season. Instead, it looks like he's just going to have to settle for a top 5 run as Lindmark putting pressure down on the apron in the inside lane, trying to get the run off the corner to get by this 53. He'll get the run down the backstretch. Can he cut back inside into turn 3? It looks like he will. Can he get the nose inside? He does. Now just needs to drive it in there and see if he can't get the run off the corner. Sliding up, almost contact with the 53, running up towards the wall. Side by side they go at the stripe now, coming around to turn number 1. This is the battle for 4th. Lindmark is gonna take it and does clear. And he'll take off with 4th place, trying to clear and check out from Bollinger for that spot. Up front, though, the race is still on for the lead. Smallwood not letting Lindmark get away. Simon clears for 4th. Harry clears for 20 to go here at Kentucky. Jeffrey Armistead a distant 3rd now, 1.4 seconds back and fading, trying to just save fuel to make it to the end of this race. What could have been for the 14 instead will have to be possibly another 3rd place finish here in the Silva Racing League. But the battle is on for the race lead. Smallwood still giving chase to Harry Lindmark, the Season 8 champion. Looking for what I believe to be only his 3rd career win in this league. Double check on that. I don't want to lie. I do lie at times, and I don't want to lie to you here tonight. I know that Smallwood's going for win number 22. Lindmark is going for win number 4 on his career. Smallwood is reeling him in. Great run there off of turns 3 and 4. Now heading back into turn 1. What can the 19 do to make a difference, to go for the race lead? See the different lines he's running through the corners compared to the 43, and he's able to make up time through 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It's all dependent on the run down the front stretch, and he's just not able to get it as much as he needs, I think. to catch in past the 43 machine. Just not able to get a run he needs. That's the story of his race. Armstead hard saving now. 31.4 last time by for that number 14 machine. 1.3 seconds is the gap over fourth place Simon Lindmark for what's going to be a podium spot. Further back, Matt Morrison just got by Corbin Hines. That's 15th place. And Jamie Wright still trailing Shane Haar, trying to keep in touch with him. Just can't quite do it. And then the battle for the lead is the closest battle after that. Hines and Morrison are close, but this is the second closest battle on track, and it's the battle for what's going to be the win. Coming around next time by, it will be 15 to go, presented by Ballard Diecast on eBay. For all your new and used diecast needs, visit Ballard's Diecast on eBay today. 15 laps of racing left. Harry Lindmark putting a gap between himself and Isaac Smallwood. Jeffrey Armistead just trying to get to the end of this race on fumes in the 14 car. Dropped back down 3 seconds from the leaders. He was leading this race, but the fuel mileage is not going to work out for him in his favor, unfortunately. A dominant day, going to go out early for the 14, and now it's still on for the win. Smallwood still keeping in touch with Lindmark, but not enough. He needs to really start cutting more time into this lead. He's got lap cars. He's got lap traffic. Mike Ward, Tim Smart are up ahead. He can maybe play that to his advantage with lap traffic. See, look at that charge he makes into turn 1 again. He cuts it in almost a half a second through 1 and 2 on entry alone. But he loses it all back on exit, and that's where he loses more time. 0.4 of a second at that point. He peaked out at. Let's see what happens. Battle on for third place almost as Armistead is still slow trying to make it to the end of this race. He's got Simon Lindmark and then Colin Bollinger not far away. Take that spot as they make their way across the stripe this time of the race lead. Lindmark got a little stacked up from Mike Ward. And again, you see that hard charge Smallwood makes into the corner. It's the exit of the corner that doesn't benefit from it when he does that hard charge. And you see right there, he loses more time. 0.4 and losing to our race leader, Harry Lindmark. He can charge the corners well, but it's the exit that's getting away from him and not allowing him to have a shot at catching this 43 machine. Losing more time, Lindmark will hit the stripe with 12 to go. Armistead now under fire and likely giving third place to Simon Lindmark in the 51, who will take it over happily. He gets up to third place, pardon me, as Armistead is trying to make it to the end of it here. And Smallwood trying to reel in the race leader, Harry Lindmark. He got a cut in that time with 11 to go. He cut in about maybe only a tenth, if even a tenth. It was a thousandth that time, but that's still cutting in. And you see how hard he charges there to 1 and 2. He just drives it in the corner, and he might have some help with Whitehead coming off the corner. That's going to slow up the 43 just a little bit, not a lot, but enough to give him a shot at making a run at it. Smallwood that time does not charge into 3 and 4. Instead, going to try to go for the run on the exit of the corner as Lindmark is not going to get to go up to the wall like he wants to. A shallower exit's going to help that number at 19 machine. 10 to go, and you can see the gap that he's cutting into a 10th gain that time. Charging into the corner again. I think Jamie Wright's coming to pit lane. He is out of fuel. Tapping out here after running for 48 laps. Armistead got to be worried. He's been out there for 45 laps. For the rest of the field, I think they feel confident they'll make it to the end of this race, no problem. We'll see what Smallwood can do. It's 0.27 seconds. 9 laps to go. Last time by, Smallwood was faster. And again, charging in the corners so hard. Entering the corners. The exit, though, that Lindmark is able to get away from him. But Smallwood is not going away. He's going to make him earn it. Lindmark is going to have to fight to earn this win. Smallwood is pushing hard to make him make a mistake. Charging in the corner again. Right to the back bumper. Bollinger under fire from Colton Ward now. David Traylor not far back. They're battling further back, but the fight for the lead is still on. Smallwood is right on his back bumper. 7 to go. Can Smallwood pull the rabbit out of the hat? Chasing down the number 43, fighting hard for this race lead. Isaac Smallwood, a 21-time winner. It's like only maybe a couple times. He's only led a few laps in his win. And he's looking to do so here tonight. Charging hard on the outside of Lindmark with 6 to go. Can't quite get the run that he needs. Lindmark closes the door. Bollinger and Ward battling further back now. It's a battle for 5th place. Side by side they go into turn number 3, but the race lead now back to 0.2 of a second with 5 to go. Smallwood again going to charge it in. Lindmark going to leave the bottom lane open here as they come through 1 and 2. And that might have been a mistake because Smallwood's going to have a good run off the corner. Lindmark almost catches the wall. Smallwood trying to side draft into turn 3. Smallwood on the inside. Lindmark the run on the top side. Smallwood the quickest right around the bottom lane as they come off the corner. 4 to go side by side heading for 1, which is where Smallwood's been so good. Charging the corner yet again. Can Lindmark get the run exit? He's going to try to cross him over. Smallwood, the race lead. Does he take away? He can't get away quite yet, but he's slowly pulling away. Lindmark is going to have to be perfect to have a shot at catching Smallwood. 3 to go. Isaac Smallwood, I don't know how he does it, but he finds a way. He did not run back last week at Rockingham, but he has had quite a stretch, going all the way back to Iowa last season, where he started his 4 straight wins. He's looking for his 16th straight top 10 finish here in the Sofa Racing League. And right now he's having to just fend off Harry Lindmark, who's looking to win his first race this season as well, and looking to snap his winless streak on the ovals. Winner at Daytona last season, hasn't won a true oval since season number 8, but the white flag is going to fly. 1 more lap here at Kentucky. What does Harry do to try to win this race? Harry tried to generate a run. I don't think he's going to have a shot at it. Isaac Smallwood won his 3rd career championship with the Sofa Racing League last season. And this season, it took him 3 races, but he's going to finally get back on the board with a win here at Kentucky. Off of turn 4, Smallwood wins it here in the Bluegrass State. Somehow, Isaac Smallwood finds a way to win this race. An extremely clean race. We only had 2 cautions tonight, 1 for cause. Took out Randy Payne, Enrique Cucalon. Damage to other drivers, including our runner-up finisher, Harry Lindmark. But Isaac Smallwood burning it down here at Kentucky, your race winner in the Bluegrass State. he burns it down. We'll take a look at your finishing results for tonight's race here at Kentucky. Smallwood takes home the checkered flag over Harry Lindmark, who comes home in second. Simon Lindmark able to get up there and finish in third place tonight. Very quiet run for the 51 machine. Jeffrey Armistead led so many laps here in this race, but the strategy does not work out in his favor. He will come home with a fourth place finish, and I believe a career high in 60 laps led here. And a really good shot at it in the fastest lap of the race, too, for that number 14 machine. So a heartbreak for him. Colton Ward comes home fifth to finish out the top five. David Traylor, Colin Bollinger, dominant car early stage winner, comes home seventh. Sean Walton comes home in eighth tonight. Didn't get the top three, won't get to talk to me again. Hunter Adley in ninth, and Shane Haar rounded out the top 10 here tonight. Stanton comes home 11th. A great run for him. Same with Matt Morrison back in 12th. Andrew Lotz fades back to 13th after that one. Corbin Hines finishing 14th. Mark Szymanski back in 15th. And it was Tim Miller, the last car on the lead lap, in 16th place. Daniel Smith, Tyler Waterman, Greg Whitehead, Tim Smart, all one lap down. Same for Stephen Thornton and Daniel Ray. Mike Ward finished tonight's race 23rd, 4 laps down. Frank Sims 8 down. Jamie Wright down 10 after having to pit late because he ran out of fuel, and I don't think he came back on the track after that. Dylan Tibbetts comes home 26, 41 laps down. Randy Payne down 96 after being involved in the incident earlier on with Enrique Cucalan and Andrew Lotz. And then Brayden Villa, 106 laps down, out of the race. Blinked out, did not make it to the checkered flag here tonight. So we'll see if we can dial up our top 3 finishers. I got to quickly pull up some stats for them so I can talk about things that they've done or what they might have accomplished with their finish tonight. But that was a really, really good race. Really clean throughout the run until the end of it, and very excited to have had that race after some of the chaos that we've had across other leagues here on BRN. So we'll see if we can get a hold of our top 3 finishers. We will start, if we can, with finisher number 3, Mr. Simon Lindmark.
I gotcha.
Alrighty, well, Simon, it's a third place run for you tonight. It is a good finish for you again. This is your third top 5 here in season number 10. What's this run been to start the season? Not winning, but still getting good results.
That's where I expect to be. To be completely honest with you, we got a lot of fast guys in here, and these cars really even up the playing field. Team Delusional's really stepped up their game with their pace and their driving, and they're Bollinger, Walton, and Plant at times. They're hard and fun to race around now. So this is about where I finished, where I expect to finish this season, and nice quiet race, so I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you really weren't up there until the later end of that run. It wasn't really that kind of, I wouldn't say trademark Simon Lindmark we see, but really just kind of an easy-going race for you to get up there at the end, working your way up. Just kind of races like that where you're not really up front battling for the lead until late in the race. What are those like just early in the season like this? You're not really putting pressure on until it's late in the race.
Well, for me, it was another fuel mileage race, right? I've gotten beaten the last 2 races I've been fuel mileage. So as soon as second stage started, I was saving fuel. And my strategy was to clutch it into turn 1 every single lap. And I did that, and I was able to stay 7 or 8 laps out more than the leaders were. So that helped me because I was able to still fill the car up, and I was able to push it that last run. That last run, I was shifting in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for some of it. So fuel mileage strategy finally gone our way, I think, is what got us the position that we finished in tonight.
Yeah, Simon, third place run for you tonight. It's your third top 5. It's been consistent runs all season long for you. How does that feel, just getting things into high gear and starting off on the right foot?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take it. Next week is a road course, so hopefully we'll have some fun there and maybe walk away with a win. I know everyone jokes that I can't win on ovals. So far, it's been true. But I expect to do pretty good next week as well. I really like the Roval, and it'll be a nice send-off before we have a week off for Thanksgiving.
Well, we'll see if you can do it next week, but it's a third-place run for you here tonight, Simon. Teammates, sponsor, shoutouts, we'll get that 51, finishing on the podium tonight.
Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel.
Alrighty, that's Simon Lindmark, your third-place finisher here from Kentucky. Congrats on the third-place run here tonight, Simon.
Thanks.
And from one Lindmark to the other, we're going to catch up with our second-place finisher, that being the driver of the 43, Harry Lindmark. Hey, Harry Lindmark, it's tossed out in the booth. You got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Alrighty, well, it was a hard-fought battle for that 43 machine, unfortunately coming home in second place tonight. What was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 43 car?
Strange. Very strange race indeed.
Yeah, strange, I guess is a good way to put it, but early on in this race, though, you were involved in an accident. You were in that dust-up that happened with Randy Payne and Andrew Loads. You got slight bit of damage, if even. You were able to continue on from that. What was that like, though, in that moment, having that happen directly in front of you, having to try to navigate all that?
Well, as scary as it was the best thing that happened to me tonight. All of a sudden, I saw they were wrecking up front. I had no idea, and I somehow got the car checked up in time. And I surprisingly got no damage after, I think, tapping the wall and hitting anybody. And that put me in about 6th place. So it was a godsend, really.
Yeah, it was definitely a good bailout for you there, but the long run there at the end, it was a battle between you and Smallwood and Armistead until he got fuel mileage issues. Just what did that come down to in the end? Just trying to focus on just, getting those laps down to the end and trying to hold off the 19. And then at the end when he got by you, just trying to get back to him to get back by him.
Oh, yeah. Hardest thing it's just passing at this track, man. You can't use the right rear at all. The car doesn't get loose. It's just tight, a plow box. So you got to calculate how to pass. And I got past Armistead. I'm like, okay, we're good. We're in the clear. I thought I had enough to blow by Isaac, but no, he was right there. And I guess it's also you got to save tire as well. And I just did not have enough tire saved at the end for me to hold off Isaac any longer.
Yeah, you were fighting hard, holding him off, but just that last bit couldn't get there. But still, podium finish, second place finish tonight. How good is that just kind of getting this season rolling and having this kind of run tonight where you were able to get up there and able to battle for the win?
And it feels really good. This is probably my first podium finish of the season so far after a stinker bunch of races. So, yeah, I actually feel really good about it. But do not feel good next week because we're going to the Rove.
Alrighty, well, it's a second place run for you tonight. Harry, teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. What got it done for you?
Yep, thanks to my team, Airlane, Airtrack, Advanced Auto Parts, and see you guys next week.
And we'll see you next week, Harry. Your second place finisher here tonight was your Season 8 champion in the 43 machine. Congrats on that second place run again. And we'll see if we can catch up with our winner here tonight. We'll see if we can get him. For the first time in season number 10, it is driver 19 in victory lane. Isaac Smallwood takes home the checkered flag in a not so Isaac Smallwood fashion. Isaac, winning tonight, you didn't really dominate this race. It was more so about a strategy or maybe just patience out of that 19 team. First things first, congrats. Second thing after that, what was that race like for you?
Yeah, it was kind of this next gen car. You really gotta save the right sides on this car, and that was kind of my mentality here. Not really the best here at this track. It's my hometown track, and I've just never really understood how to run it. But we kind of figured something out tonight. And yeah, we were able to keep the right sides on it longer than everybody else. I know a couple of my teammates, I was a little bit better on the top percentage than them, so I was kind of feeling good about that. About lap 35, 40, the car really came to life, and yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that run to the end, it was a battle between you, Armistead, and Lindmark. Armistead had the fuel mileage issues. It came down to you and Harry. What was that like, just watching, just being a part of that battle, just trying to plan out when to make that move, trying to get that run down to get to the 43, and then finally, ultimately, making the pass for the win?
Yeah, I honestly thought I was going to lose a little bit of ground there whenever we got to the lap cars, but I was able to kind of pick them off, just follow right in behind him, and I tried to get to his outside. I tried to go 3 wide into 1 and get on Lindmark's right rear and kind of just throttle out of the corner and get ahead of him, but didn't quite work out and kind of got a little worried there. But like I said, about lap 35, 40, and we had a 52 lap run to the finish. And yeah, but once those tires came in, I was able to kind of drive a little bit harder than everybody else. So I think that's kind of what got us in that position, because I was able to charge the corner just a little bit better than almost everybody. So we'll take that, and we're not looking forward to the Roval. I think Simon Lindmark's going to get that one. He's really good, and I'll be okay with the top 5.
Well, looking forward to the top 5 next week, but it's a win this week here for you tonight, Isaac. Your first win in Season 10, defending your championship. Just what are you looking forward to as the season progresses? Not next week, obviously, but after that.
Well, like last season, once I got my first win in Iowa, things kind of really turned around for us. So hopefully this win will kind of do the same thing, and maybe we can, have a little bit better of a season. That was the first race I had in about a week and a half. So actually, since what was the last week? Not 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. And so kind of feel good about coming back and doing this performance, and hopefully we can do some homework for the rest of the season and rack up some more wins.
Well, we'll see if you can do it, but tonight we celebrate a win at Kentucky Speedway for you, Isaac. Home track win. Teammates, sponsor, shoutouts, what got it done?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody at Team Illusion. I know we ain't doing the team points or whatever, but we all work together still, and just pick each other's brains and see what we can do here and there, maybe make the cars better. And you all for putting on this awesome broadcast, and T-Bone for giving us a place to race. And there's one final thing I gotta say: Cardinals, baby.
A little CARDS for you there, Smallwood.
L's up, baby. L's up.
L's up indeed. Isaac Smallwood, your race winner here at Kentucky. Sean Walton is crying and pissing himself somewhere after hearing this one. Thanks again, Isaac. Your race winner here at Kentucky.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. So that'll do it from us here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. Not really any kind of highlights to show off because, well, the racing was clean. It was a great race there to the end. I have a lot of fun with these kind of races because strategy played a factor in the end. We had a battle between someone trying to save fuel to the end and 2 drivers that were trying to race themselves there. And we saw a pass for the win there at the end with just 3 laps to go. Smallwood takes home the checkered flag, and he is victorious here at Kentucky. So that'll do it from us here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. For the Sofa Racing League. Season 10 is continuing to roll on. Mentioned next week the Charlotte Roval next Thursday night. But of course next Tuesday night we're coming up on the end of the Slide Job Racing League season number 15. As we're coming to an end, 3 races remain ahead of the drivers that are chasing a championship. And right now they're heading to Texas next Tuesday night. Don't want to miss that one. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. And mention the Roval next Thursday night for the Sofa Racing League here on BRN. We look forward to seeing you out there. Tune in next time. We want to thank you as always for watching. Thank you to the drivers for showing out. This has been the Liberty Racing Network here on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So long. Have a good night. And just a reminder, go Cards. Take care, everybody.